All right, so here we are live once again. This is Pete Erickson. I'm the founder of MoDev, and I am the creator of Voice Summit. Voice Summit is the largest voice conference of the year. It's taking place July 22nd through the 25th in Newark, New Jersey. And this is part of our speaker series where we're getting to know some of the speakers that are coming from around the world. We have more than 350 speakers joining us from over 25 countries. Everything from voice development, design, marketing strategy, and monetization, and more. And if you're at all interested in this fast-moving market, many of you may have an Amazon Alexa or a Google device, or you certainly may talk to your car, or you're using Siri. This market is pretty amazing. And today we're talking with Dylan Zwick of Pulse Labs, and Pulse has really made a name for themselves in this space. Dylan, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Pete, and super excited to be here. And thank you so much for putting together Voice Summit. It's kind of the big annual event in the voice world, and we're super excited to be there.
Thanks, man. It's been a labor of love, and we're just thrilled with the response from folks around the world that are making their way to Newark. We're probably going to double the size of the event this year, and it's a testament to so many great people that are in the market. To get us started here, tell us a little bit about Pulse Labs and what y'all are up to.
Yeah, absolutely. So Pulse Labs is a company that is devoted to user research and market testing for designers and developers of voice applications. So if you are building a voice application on Alexa or on Google Assistant, and you want to have it tested with real users from a target demographic that you have, we have a platform and a panel that lets you do that. And we were part of the inaugural Alexa Accelerator, which was this startup accelerator that was a joint project between Amazon and Techstars in Seattle. And then we are actually an Amazon Alexa fund and Google Assistant fund, both funded startups. So through that, we actually do all of the testing or most of the testing for Amazon's Managed Partner Program in North America. And through that, we've done testing for over 150 brands over the last year and a half.
Oh, that's fantastic. So I also understand you early on got an investment from the Google Fund as well. Is that true?
That's correct. Yeah. So both the Alexa Fund and the Google Assistant Fund actually participated in our funding round right after Techstars. So that was kind of cool. So we actually work fairly closely with both the Google Assistant team and with the Alexa team.
Well, that's pretty interesting. I don't know if there are too many companies that can make claim to getting investments from both Amazon and Google. So congratulations to you all for getting that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was pretty exciting. So I can't speak for the two organizations broadly, but just within the voice space, the best of my knowledge, we're the only one so far.
That's amazing. So let's see here. I'm going to pop over to the agenda, and we'll talk a little bit about what you're going to be speaking about at Voice Summit. You're actually giving a couple different talks. You're giving a talk on our highly esteemed VED stage, which is a little bit like a TED stage. And looks like you're going to be talking about VUI versus GUI, profound differences between voice design and visual design. Let's just give us a little hint.
Yes. So one of the issues and one of the things that we've seen repeatedly in all of the testing that we do is that frequently when people are designing for voice applications right now, this is changing and improving a bit over time, but it's almost entirely people who've built their careers developing in primarily visual mediums like web and mobile. And there's some ideas that translate really naturally from web and mobile to voice. There's some concepts that really don't have analogs within voice. And there are some concepts that actually don't make any sense in voice at all. And in fact, you want to try to do even the opposite when you're designing for voice. So I'm going to talk a little bit about examples that we've seen during testing, and I'll even provide examples from skills that we have tested in the past, anonymized, of course, that kind of illustrate how a concept in visual design might need to be substantially modified or even flipped on its head when you're designing for voice.
Flipping it on its head. I think that's a good way to put it. I mean, I think that
or maybe
when,
on its ear. Yeah.
yeah, it's not a whole lot different than when mobile got here. People took their web pages and tried to make them into micro pages, but then as we saw that market evolve over 10 years, mobile apps started to become very usable, and it's because of it's all the UX that kind of rose to the top. And I see something similar with voice. So excited about your talk. Looks like you're also on a panel, and we were just talking with Catherine Prescott this morning about this same panel. And voice does lend itself to inclusivity, but I think that the industry does have challenges there. Talk a little bit about that panel and your take on voice and inclusion.
Yeah. So one of the things that we have dealt with in our testing company is trying to test with and figure out how voice can serve segments of the population that have not been well served in by technology, or as well served by technology up till today. So, for example, one of the new Alexa skills, or relatively new Alexa skills that we're excited about, is this skill from Tommy Hilfiger, more specifically Tommy Adaptive, which is specifically designed for people that have movement disabilities that make it difficult for them to wear standard clothing. And those same movement disabilities can also frequently make it difficult for them to use computers or mobile devices in the way that most people do. And so voice provides, a really awesome opportunity for them to be able to basically use technology much more effectively. And so that's super exciting. And then I can also touch a little bit on some research that we did a while ago with the Washington Post, which was actually around how well voice devices understand people with different accents. So essentially how different, basically natural language understanding, NLU, how that varies with the way that people speak English and how that is changing and evolving in time. Now, I say English because that was the focus of our study, but of course, as you know, the voice world is certainly not limited to any one language, and the number of languages is growing all the time, and that's fantastic.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. Well, I think the example you give there, we're excited to see that showcased at Voice Summit with Tommy Hilfiger, and really commend them on that effort. And there's been a lot of talk about gender and voice, and I think I'm looking forward to the customization that we're going to be able to achieve. We're used to our voice assistants having a certain personality, but we're not that far off from being able to customize that as well. So exciting times ahead on that front. And we recognize that Pulse Labs is also going to be on the show floor, so we're excited that you're going to be joining us there as well. So folks can find you at our expo.
Super excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So for those that are maybe not familiar with this event, the website is voicesummit.ai. This is the largest voice event of the year. We will have more than 350 speakers from 25 countries, hundreds of exhibitors, thousands of attendees, and over 250 sessions. This is the place where you can really get your hands around this market to understand what is the opportunity with voice. What should I be doing if I own a small business, a medium business? If I work for an enterprise, how can we transform further than we have thus far, leveraging this exciting new era? So we would love for you to join us at Voice Summit. And if you're a student or if you're in transition, we do have scholarships. It's not too late to apply for a scholarship at the site. Dylan, I know you're coming out from Seattle. And hopefully you've got your tickets and your hotels booked, because I understand they're filling up quickly. And look forward to seeing you in Newark.
Look forward to seeing you and everybody else there as well. I think it's going to be huge, and we're super excited about it. Thank you so much, Pete.
Hey, we are as well. Thanks a lot. And y'all out there, have a great day. And hopefully we'll see you in Newark, New Jersey, July 22nd through the 25th at Voice.
See you all in Newark.
See you there.